Whoa! It's day 12 of Album Quest. I'm recording this on the same day as day 10 and 12, 10 and 11 because I was up without internet. If you were wondering where I was at, if you don't know, Album Quest is where I challenge myself to listen to one new album every day of 2024. And today, our album, the first one that was actually released this year, is Orquídeas by Uchis. You're gonna see me mess up a lot of the Spanish pronunciations. I wish I was better at the language. I'm getting there. But if you speak it, apologies in advance. Really, the first thing that struck me about this album was that I was surprised that she had released another one so close to her previous album, Red Moon and Venus from 2023. Um, and I can kind of see why, actually, because this one is definitely a whole different genre. Because Red Moon and Venus was like a very rich, like neo soul R&B kind of joint. This one is entirely Latin pop with some of the same rich, silky smooth kind of production choices that Uchis is known for. We start off strong with Como Así. It really, like, I think it sets the stage very well for the sound we're about to get into. I don't really like Mi Pongo Loca, but pretty much every song up until like song 9 or track 9 is great. Like, just back to back to back bangers. Igual que un ángel. Like, I expected Peso Pluma to fuck this up. I'm not gonna lie. But he actually sounds great on this song. Pensamientos intrusivos, Diosa. Te Mata is by far my favorite song. It was the lead single off of this one, and it sounds so different from everything else she has done. It might even be like top 5 in her entire discography, like top 5 Caliucci's songs. And it really it reminds me of if you're familiar, Anatiju, like that weird kind of cinematic old timey movie sounding production. And then the whole song, I'm pretty sure, is about her like being kind of reborn in some kind of like vampire-ish way, or like, oh, the haters keep me going. I'm not quite sure myself. But it definitely makes for a great track. We keep going. Young, Rich, and in Love. I like that one. Tu corazón es mío. And then after the 9th track, we get entirely into reggaeton. And I'll be real. I like reggaeton. Like, it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine to every so often put on Mama de la Mama by El Alfa and others just in the car, turn the bass up all the way and just roll all the windows down and just roll up at a stoplight and just go like loud as hell. But it's kind of weird because my energy was in like the Latin pop kind of richness of the beginning of the album, and then it just completely switches genres. Like, it's all Latin influence, it's all Latin pop at the end of the day, but like they just jump in with those like reggaeton drums, and I'm like, okay, it's like tonal whiplash almost. So then, though these 4, Muñequita, Labios Mordidos, No hay ley parte dos, and Heladito, not as good as the rest of the stuff. And then Dame Beso Muévete is actually pretty good. It sounds like a cumbia, which I did not expect. But definitely a standout. In it kind of woke me back up from the rest of this. And I think, like, all things considered, this is still a great album. Like, I would definitely check it out. If you already are trying to get into the like Latin pop stuff, or if you're already interested in that, definitely give this a shout. You may not be disappointed. You might kind of, maybe, hopefully, you won't get as whiplashed by the genre change like I was. But there's, even ignoring that, there's a lot of great songs on here. Like I said, Te Mata is my favorite. I also like Young, Rich, and in Love, Como Así, Igual que un Ángel. Pensamientos Intrusivos. All great songs. I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 7. It's a great album. I definitely recommend to anybody who this sounds interesting to. And if you want to leave any recommendations in the comments below, please do. I read them all. I'm always looking for more stuff to add to my list and broaden my horizons. And I will see you on day 13 of Album Quest. Bye-bye.